All right, Amy, this is your final critique video for your final project in Mat 120. Your project launches right away, so I'm just going to launch it and then we'll just walk our way through it, okay? So here we go. Got the 3D animation that plays off the bat. Very nice 3D. Well done. Nice complex model. You spent a lot of time extruding and playing around with the primitives for tubes and paints and so on. So very nicely done on the 3D. I wish you would have animated it a little bit longer so that we could see a little bit more of the model. It's the animation itself was a little bit, I thought, too short. Okay, so we'll get started on our project. I kind of walked through this project a little bit before, and there are some navigation issues, like when you click on a button and it plays and you want to go back, then it basically all the buttons stop working. So I'm going to have to kind of dink around a little bit with the controls. So we'll make it through. So I'm going to turn down the music. It's a little loud. So a very nice gessoed canvas for your background graphics, so that works very nicely. I didn't click on that, so we'll come back to that. So we'll click on materials first, and so far so good. The music loop is playing through the different screens, so this sounds like it's a GarageBand loop. So nice. So we have three options. So here's one of the problems we have. When we go to paint, everything is good. We see all the different kinds of paint looking good. You got the brushes in the bottle. That's cool. We could click back. That works. But then nothing works. And so what we have to do is rewind the project, and then the 3D doesn't play again. Not that it's a big deal. It's not supposed to when we rewind it. Let's see. Here we have a little bit of an issue with the music that is now playing again and again. So remember that you have your options for turning off the sound by using the sound stop action. And putting that on buttons so that it will stop the sound when you leave the screen. So if we click on materials now and we go to brushes, we talk about all the different kind of brushes, and this works. And when you go back, it still works. We go to services and all that's good. So it's something in that very first button that makes it break, and the back button goes back. Now again, here the music is continuing to play. So I'm going to just turn that music off for now, and we'll go to history, and the same thing happens here. So if I click on slideshow, the video plays, and this is good. And so you're showing all the different kinds of paintings, and that's cool. Oh, there's some music here. Okay, so it sounded like that music was playing as a soundtrack on the video, so that's cool. Good job on that. I wished I would have turned it on a little earlier. So we go back, and then if I click on slideshow, oh, it still works. Okay. Okay, cool. Here, that's where the sound stop action could have been put on that button, so it stops playing if we leave the movie a little early. Yeah, and there's no controller here. It automatically starts playing, and that's fine. That's a good functionality, actually. And so here, this is another situation where if we click Impressionism, when we go to the Impressionistic movement, when we go back, nothing works. Okay, so there's obviously a little bit of a problem in there. So here we'll have to rewind the movie, and then we'll see. Now if we go to post impression, everything works fine. So this is all good. So this is all good information here on all the different movements. That's all good, all good. Pop art, all good. And so then if we go back, so far so good, then we need to go back one more time, but no bueno, right? So if we go to slideshow, no bueno, movements, no bueno. So we still have a couple of issues with our navigation there. So we'll go back and rewind it, and we'll start again. I'm going to turn the music off now because it's going to loop and loop and loop. And we'll go to inspirations. And I think we have the same problem. If you go to the interview and then we go back, then nothing works again. So that's something to consider. Let's see, back doesn't work either. So we'll have to rewind that again and go back to there. And we'll go back to inspiration. And then let's just watch the interview and see what's going on. So I'll turn that audio back on. So it looks like you're interviewing your mom and your dad, and you chose...
Because it has different meanings, right? To everybody?
Yeah.
So to me, it's like it reflects history. It can reflect the artist's thoughts. It can create a story. The artist's story, my story, someone else's story. It helps create imagination so that you can maybe build on the concept from the painting.
Well, also the perspective of someone's perception, to everything, because we see things differently, right?
Yeah.
And we learn.
What does painting mean to you?
Okay, so a little bit about the video itself. It's framed nicely. The audio is decent. The lighting is good. So overall, the interview is very nicely done. And if we go back and then we go to my works, and it's no bueno again, so we will have to go back and rewind that. Go back to start, inspiration, my works. I'm going to turn the music off. So these are some of your paintings, I assume, and this is very cool. This one's very nice. So good, and then we hit click, that's our option, and the video didn't work. So I'm not sure why, because I'm not getting the scrolling, pinwheel, the green pinwheel of death. So I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm assuming it's the concept video. So let's go ahead and bring that up, turn the audio on. Oh, sorry. All right, so Amy, actually a very, very, very nice project. There was some issues. Whoa, I'm tired of that music. Wait a second. There's one thing we didn't look at here, and I don't know if that does anything or not. Doesn't look like it. But overall, a very, very nice project. You had a lot of content in there, many, many screens. Your concept video was really nicely done. Your interview was well done. Your 3D was great. So you definitely hit all of the original requirements. So we're a little, some navigation issues primarily involving the code. And it would have been nice, Amy, if you'd scheduled a one-on-one with me and we could have kind of gone through and troubleshot that. All those issues are easy to fix. And so it would have just been nice to get them perfect. But, in the end, everything was there. Everything did work. It was just a matter of being able to figure out, the workaround for the buttons. But otherwise, Amy, you did a really, really nice job. Fun project. Well done.